There are a lot of people out here spending thousands of dollars on renovations that are literally making their home uglier, harder to sell, and less livable. Hi everybody, welcome back. If you don't know, my name is Cooper, and today we're going to be talking about home renovations, how people get them wrong, how to do them right, and pretty much how not to waste your money here, because I don't think anybody wants to do that. It is a lovely Sunday morning for me. Me and my cat are just chilling out in my office. Say hi to Franklin. This is my cat, guys. He loves to say hi, and he loves you guys so much, and he tells you guys to subscribe immediately. A little bit of background about me is I actually used to work in real estate, and part of getting your real estate license and working in that industry is understanding home renovations pretty thoroughly. And now that I'm an interior decorator and have had background in interior design, I've kind of been able to gather what really makes a home valuable firsthand and what makes buyers say, nope, I don't want that. So this video is going to be a renovation reality check, but it's also going to be a reality check for renovations to make to your home that are actually going to look nice. All right, everybody. So let's get into some renovations that you'll regret. The first renovation that you're going to regret is removing the only bathtub in the house. I know you guys saw the Pinterest of a chic walk-in bathroom with a nice shower and thought, ooh, I really want that spa vibe. Cool, love that for you, but here's the thing. If you only have one bathroom in your house and you take out the tub, you've just cut out a huge portion of potential buyers. Families with kids? Nope. People with dogs? Nope. Literally anybody who wants to take a bath again? Nope. And even if you never use the tub, so you don't think of it as a big deal, somebody else will care. And it's one of the fastest ways to make your home less appealing and less valuable. So unless you have a second bathroom with a tub, leave it. The next renovation you're going to regret is adding in gray vinyl plank flooring from wall to wall. Now, you guys, if you are doing this, you need to stop immediately, like yesterday. I know it's waterproof, I know it's durable, but why did we have to choose gray? It's not that difficult. They make LVP flooring in so many different finishes. Get a natural wood tone one instead of gray. It's just hideous. If your whole house looks like a storm cloud because you just cheaped out and bought gray and cool toned everything, it is not giving timeless. It is giving 2017 HGTV flip. But seriously, you guys, it really dates your renovation. And the reality of reselling your home when it has that kind of flooring is that buyers will associate it with rental grade fixtures and not a high-end vibe. I cannot even believe that I have to discuss this next one with you guys because I don't know why I'm seeing it still. I really don't. And that is barn doors. Why are we still doing barn doors? It is 2025. It is almost 2026. This is not a barn. When did we fall off the rails and decide that we wanted our house to look like a barn? I don't know. Sliding barn doors did have their moment. I understand the aesthetic. I understand the vibe. They just don't work. They don't fully close. They don't offer full privacy, no soundproofing, and they're often installed in the worst places. They're just a red flag to buyers who now have to replace them with something that is actually functional, like a regular door. Skip the barn vibe and just get a real door. The next renovation to avoid is going to be DIY, shiplap, or fake wood paneling. It just looks cheap and it looks bad. And I mean white shiplap, you guys, it's just no. You thought you were adding texture, but you were actually just adding regret. If you're doing fake shiplap, peel and stick wood, or those faux beams from Amazon, yes, I'm talking to you. Unless it's original to your home or done with real architectural intent, it just looks bad. Buyers are just going to walk in and see that as extra work once again. The next home renovation you're going to want to avoid is removing the closet doors for open storage. This one is a little bit more niche and I don't see a ton of people doing this, but I definitely think there is a subcategory of people who just absolutely love this. If you have a mansion, fine, totally do this. You can turn it into a nice little alcove or a bar, but if you live in a small 2-bedroom house like me, don't do this. You only have so much storage space to work with, and taking the doors off your closet just completely eliminates it as a functional storage space because not everybody wants to go to the container store and spend $200 on a bunch of white containers to store their stuff in. The majority of people don't have money to do that. Stop taking the doors off your closets. I don't care if you put an IKEA organizer organizer in there. Nobody wants to see your laundry bin while they're eating dinner. Buyers want clean lines. They don't want visual chaos. Open closets look cool for like the first 30 seconds until you realize that life is actually messy. We have random things that just need to be stored in a bin in our closet. Like, it's just not going to look good, and the door is there for a reason, to make it feel a little bit more organized and a little bit more aesthetic. Keep the doors or make the storage super seamless and intentional. I don't want to see any gaps. I don't want to be able to see any of the clothes. It needs to be more of like a cabinetry situation. The last home renovation you're going to want to avoid is electric fireplaces with faux stone. I really love that you guys just wanted something cozy and warm for yourselves. I get it. But that LED flame and plastic stacked stone combo, it's giving dentist office waiting room, or it's giving Facebook Marketplace fail. Like, come on, guys, get it together. Electric fireplaces can be really gorgeous if they're installed within the architecture of the home, but they need to be built in. They need to be intentional. They shouldn't be stuck to the wall with command strips and the little hope that you have left for your space. Like, if I'm buying a home or I'm renting a space and I walk in and I see that, that's not like an added luxury to me. I would rather just have central heating than a faux electric fireplace. End of story. Okay, so I know that was really negative. I know that was a lot, and I see all your comments telling me how, sassy and snarky I am. And yes, I am snassy. I am sassy and I am snarky, but it's with the best intentions and it's in good fun. So you guys need to take me less seriously. I'm just trying to be a resource for you guys if you need some extra help. Not only am I going to just bash all this stuff, right? But I'm also going to help you guys make better home renovations. So now I'm going to talk about some home renovations that will actually add value to your space. The first renovation that you can make to your home is going to be swapping out can lights for stylish light fixtures. So recessed lighting is actually really great. I think a lot of interior designers and decorators hate on it a lot, but there is a functional element that I think is really important. Obviously, you shouldn't have blinding cool tone lights in your home. No, when you have the right bulbs and everything, it can be really great to have recessed lighting. For example, what if you're, having a pizza night with your family and you need to see the countertops? Like, there is a very practical element to them. So I'm not against can lights, but I think, swapping out some of them for some light fixtures can really do a lot for the space. Too many ceiling lights can really start to make your ceiling look like a landing strip for an airplane, and buyers really love a home that feels custom and unique. So the best thing that you can do for your home, especially if it's a newer build, is swap out some of those can lights and find a really cool, interesting vintage light fixture to have it replaced with, and it will add such a warmth to your space. It'll make your home feel custom, luxurious, bougie, all the things you want. It will just add so much charm and character to your space and is really one of the best fixes. This one might seem a little bit simple to you guys, but there is a lot to talk about when it comes to the real estate side of it, because it does really add a lot, and that is going to be adding a second sink in your primary bathroom. If you've got the space in that bathroom, a double vanity is a huge value add. I remember my boyfriend and I went on vacation over the summer and we stayed at an Airbnb and it had one sink. And one sink is fine, but I live alone with my cat. So we had to, trade off for the sink when we wanted to brush our teeth or wash our faces. And that's totally fine, but having a second sink can really be great. It takes away all that hassle. Couples will see that and immediately think, this house was built for us. It's not just aesthetic, it's functional luxury. But something to note here is that if your bathroom is too small, do not try and shove two sinks into that vanity, because I will know you did that, and so will the buyers. If you don't have the space, maybe upgrade the cabinetry in your bathroom instead of adding that extra sink. But you also need to be able to use the vanity as a vanity. You need to store your products on the counter. Make sure you take that into account. The next upgrade you can make is updating your trim and your baseboards. This is an interior designer's best kept secret. If you have skinny, sad baseboards, they just make your renovation look cheap and bad. You might as well have no trim. If you have thicker trim that's sturdy and looks built in, it's gonna feel luxe, especially if you paint it the same color as the walls. See, I don't think a lot of people realize it, but buyers actually do notice the small things, but it is subconscious. So doing those little things will really get them to spend, that extra couple dollars on your house. It just makes the house feel expensive. This next one is something that I really love, and that is adding in custom curtains or smart window treatments. You guys, this is seriously a game changer. My house was built in 1948. I actually worked with a lovely company called Smart Wings a while back and got these beautiful electric blinds for my space. They just look so beautiful, and my house feels a little bit less rough around the edges and feels a lot more bougie and luxe because I have those smart window treatments. So basically what I'm saying here is that if your house has those $19 blinds from Amazon that you had since college, you need to fix them. Window treatments are a huge point to how the room feels. Custom drapery can instantly add warmth and height to the ceilings and completely change a space. Invest in well-fitted curtains, smart blinds, or even just nice curtain rods, and I do not want to see grommet curtains in your space. No, I've talked about grommet curtains before, and we are not doing them ever. They look horrible and they will make your home value go down. Put in beautiful, lovely track curtains. They will cost the same price. Not that hard. The next thing I want to talk about is adding in a little sneaky laundry area. So buyers actually love this, renters love this, I love this, and do not underestimate the power of a washer and dryer, you guys. If your house doesn't have one, find a way, even if it's stacked in a closet. You will absolutely see the value come back when you sell or rent. People really want that convenience. They don't want to have to go through the trouble of going down to the laundromat to do their laundry. And nowadays they actually make these combination washer and dryers, which also work wonderfully. You can always just get one of those if you really don't have the space for something. This is seriously a huge deal, especially in smaller homes or apartments, and having that laundry space will really give you some leverage. The last renovation that I wanted to talk to you guys about is renovating your kitchen in a smart way. Let's get this straight. Open concept does not mean knocking everything down. People want definition between spaces. They do. They do not want one giant room anymore, you guys. It just looks bad. You can't have any variation between spaces when it comes to the color palette. You can't get as creative, and it just feels more sterile. So if you're renovating your kitchen, think about flow, not total demolition. Opening up a wall to add a peninsula. Great. Installing a giant island that swallows the entire room. No, you guys, an island is not necessary to renovate your kitchen. Buyers want function and not just a giant void. And if you have a galley kitchen and you want to upgrade it, get some nice hardware. I do not want to see any of that matte black. No, that is not allowed in 2025 or 2026. Get some polished nickel knobs. Those are lovely. Think about upgrading your countertops. And seriously, the biggest way that you can really upgrade your kitchen is refinish your cabinetry, but making everything inlaid. So this basically means everything is flat on the front, your cabinet doors aren't sticking out, and everything will just look seamless. When you look at kitchen inspiration, this is going to be what every kitchen has. It just looks so much better and seriously makes a huge difference. Your home should work for you. That's the bottom line. But if you're renovating, especially if you're on a budget, you really need to make decisions that will age well and pay off later. Skip the gray floors, keep the tub, and add some curtains. If you're struggling with your own space, you can always hire me as your interior decorator. There's a ton of information about it on my website, and I would love to help you. You can find me on all social media at cooper.osinski. And subscribe, you guys. I post every Sunday at 6 a.m. PST. I love engaging with my audience here on YouTube. And guys, let me know in the comments, what's the worst home renovation that you've seen? I'm so curious to know because they just get worse every day. I hope you guys are having a great day, whatever day you're watching this, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye!